Day 12 of the national emergency. Are you still out there? I miss you. You know who I miss today? Anyone who's ever perished at the hands of unfair employment practices. Today is the anniversary of the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory Fire. Tonight our show includes a historical documentary by Siga Schoenwolf. And we've also got Tara Mallen, artistic director of the Rivendell Theater in Chicago. Fantastic. We're going to have a cappella take on Emily King's song Distance by Sydney Ferleger. And Dating in the Time of a Pandemic by comic Brittany Brave. It's all coming your way. I have been doing a lot of historical reading in these days. Just today, I finished Easter in the Time of Cholera. And then I went on to read the wonderful and scintillating Easter Bunny and Penguin Play Volleyball in the Time of Cholera. And then, of course, I had to follow it up with malaria drugs in the time of cholera. Now, spoiler alert, the malaria drugs didn't work in the time of cholera. In Congress today, a delegation of mosquitoes protested the use of the malaria drug, saying, "Bzz, bzz." We'll be right back. All right. We're back. Okay. And now, without further ado, Siga Schoenwolf, who was a Lithuanian immigrant who was employed at the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory in Greenwich Village in 1911. There has been some recently found documentary footage that I am desperate to show to you. So here we go.
My name is Siga Schoenwolf. I am a suffragist. I am working now so women have the right to vote. I was hired as a snipper at the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory. I worked at a very long table. I had to stand for 12 hours, stand and snip the threads of the shirtwaists, and you call them blouses. Yeah, blouses, I think. The girls at the sewing machines would sew them and pile them in front of me, and my job was to snip the threads. March 25th, 1911. I will never forget this day. It was the end of the week, very late in the day, I remember. I was so tired. We were all so tired. And I was snipping the threads, and I snipped my hand very deeply. I cut my finger. And it starts to bleed. You cannot have your hand bleeding working with white shirtwaists. The foreman, Mr. Niles, he insisted I go down to the doctor, his friend, 4 blocks away. So I do. And he bandages my hand. When I'm coming back, I am hearing people screaming, and the horse-drawn fire trucks are galloping past me. I start running, and when I turn the corner, Oh no! My building is on fire! And the girls are all at the window, the men, the firemen. They're desperately trying to help these women. They are putting their ladders up against the building, but the ladders only go to the 6th floor. We work on the 9th floor. And the girls, my friends, they are all clambering out the window, trying to save themselves. They are climbing onto their fire escape. But it was so poorly inspected months ago. It tears from the building. And my girlfriend, I cannot watch this. No! They are falling 9 stories down to the pavement. And I watch this man at the window. He's taking the girls by the hand as though he's helping them across a mud puddle. But in fact, he's just helping them out into eternity. Why? Because the owners of the factory, they locked the back door and the fire started at the front door. There was no way out. You either burn or you jump. God. This is when I joined the women's movement, to speak out on behalf of these women who perished. We have to fight for change. And we must never forget these women, my friends. Never.
Thank you, Siga. Very, very powerful. All right, next we're going to Tara Mallen, the founder and artistic director of the Rivendell Theater in Chicago. The motto over there at Rivendell Theater is, "It's women's work." Let's take a look at their sizzle reel. Amazing. All right. Tara Mallen, congratulations. 25 years of Rivendell Theater. Bravo.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
I don't know what I'll give you a little of that. Doing a lot of this lately.
Yeah, a lot of that.
A lot of this. They didn't tell you that in the pandemic your thumbs were going to get such a workout.
I know.
So, it's women's work.
It's women's work. What is that?
What is that?
What is that? What is that? Well, do you guys remember way back when, during World War II, when the Rosie the Riveter posters were out?
I do.
And that was because during World War II, women entered the workforce in a really spectacular way in the UK and the US in a way they hadn't done before. So when we were forming the company and we knew that we were going to be doing new plays with women at the core, we really wanted to tap into this idea of we can do it. We can do it all, and oftentimes we do it better. But that is not the story that society tells us. So it's a little tongue-in-cheek and it's a little irreverent, but the idea behind it is reclaiming this, and the feminist wave in the 60s kind of took that poster on, but this idea that we can do it, and we should be able to do it, and we should have access to it, and we should be paid equally.
And so are you seeing that there's equal pay out there now?
What planet are you living on, Scott?
Women
make up 50.8% of the world's population, and yet still we make 75 cents to a man's dollar for doing the same job. I mean, it's pathetic. It's pathetic. And let's not pretend that women, are equal there is no gender parity. It doesn't exist. I mean, we're trying, we've made advances, but take a look at the recent Democratic can,
Mm-hmm.
run off.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened to those brilliant ladies,
Mm-hmm.
And we have the right. We have the right to have the opportunity to reach our full potential, and women and women-centric anything, Scott, are still looked at as less than. So we really take that seriously, and we try to level the playing field, make sure our women artists, both on stage and behind the curtain, are equally paid and given opportunities so that they can develop the same skills as their male counterparts.
So today, right, where we are right now today in this situation, I think people are wondering if this idea of encouraging people to get back to work in a time of a pandemic is kind of like locking the door on a burning factory building.
Yeah. It's reckless. I mean, to me, it's really reckless. I mean, the whole idea of the women who worked in that Triangle factory was they did that, and they sacrificed their lives on behalf of women from that point forward, and workers. And right now, to urge us to go back to work is just a way of supporting the economy, supporting big business at the expense of the workers. So basically, all those women, died in vain, because that's who's going to be on the front lines. Right? All those people, all those blue collar people and white collar people, but they're not the ones profiting. They're not the ones making the huge profits.
Right.
That's what I think. Absolutely. And I think it's really imperative that we don't overwhelm our medical system and our healthcare system. Right. I mean, that's just a no-brainer. I don't even know why that's a conversation, except that there are people who care more about the economy than the human beings.
Yeah. And you, as a theater company, an ensemble,
yes. Ensemble, a collective. We have about 30 artists who are part of our Rivendell family, actors, directors, designers, people who come in and just work on a particular show, but are artistic associates. Mm-hmm.
So that now it's a diaspora of 30 people, and your medium is togetherness in one place and
right.
connection.
Right, so, which is why I need to learn about Skype.
Yeah.
And as you see, not very well.
Yeah. Tara and I had about a 25-minute sort of meltdown scramble trying to get Skype up before the show. But that, this whole show has been about technical snafu after the other. So,
well, Scott, I think one of the wonderful things that your governor said was, how do we achieve social distance yet stay spiritually connected? I am in love with Governor Cuomo. I got to just say it right out loud. I'm in love with him. And I've been thinking so much about that, and about what you're trying to do with dispatches from the social distance is you're trying to keep us all connected. And especially for those of us that work in the theater, that is what we're all about. I mean, that theater only exists when we gather people together in a dark room and we experience and we bear witness to somebody else's story. That's the only time it exists. So I think we're all really trying to think about how we can continue to build community and collaboration, which is the medium that a theater exists on as an art form. And how do we still do that when we can't be physically in the same space together?
All right. Well, this is our attempt. This is our connection.
Yeah. So that's why I think it's doing. I just want to say that.
Thank you. Thank you. We, with all our glitches, it still feels like the right thing to do at this time.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is. It's about community, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And your community came together and created a collaborative effort. It's this KISS video that you sent me.
Yeah. We just, I had to send out, my email to everybody, all of our patrons and donors and supporters, and all the stuff that was coming in was just so sad. We're so sad to have canceled our show, and we're so sad that this is all happening. And it is sad, but within it, there's opportunity. And I just my mantra right now is, where's the opportunity in this? Where's the opportunity to learn about a new medium? And then we just wanted to send our love and our best wishes out to everybody who was going to be reading that. And so we put together this, kiss.
It's a really beautiful video. All right, Tara, thank you very much. This is, I'm sure, going to be the first of many for us. We'll practice Skype later.
All right,
Love you. And we're going to roll the kiss video right
now.
Hello, I'm Mark, and I'd like to thank all of our Rivendell patrons for all that you've done for us. Mwah! Oh, sorry. Let me get that.
Hi Rivendell supporters and patrons. I am so looking forward to seeing all of you later on this year when our season resumes and when we have the Blue Jean Ball. Sending hugs and kisses to everyone and hope you all stay safe. Bye!
Thank you to everyone. Love you so much.
Absolutely, it's women's work. And I'm here with, actually, another woman, Sydney Ferleger. Sydney, lean a little bit to your left.
To my left?
There you go. Yeah, that's center. Scooch on over.
All right.
Yeah, there we go. Awesome.
Okay.
All right, Sydney, where are you right now?
I'm in my apartment.
Which
right
is where?
In Astoria, Queens, in New York.
And what's happening right now in Astoria, Queens? I mean, silence, crickets, people partying. What's going on?
There's a lot of parties. No, there's not. It's pretty quiet. My roommate just moved out, so I am in this apartment alone. And the stores are empty, the shelves are empty. I've been trying to do laundry for 3 days. And not having a lot of luck there. So it's pretty dead. It's a little scary, but everybody keep your chin up.
Absolutely. And speaking about keeping your chin up, you laid down a great song today. Tell me about it. Why'd you pick it?
Yeah, so I chose a song by Emily King called Distance. It's one of my personal favorites. I listen to it almost every morning. It's a bit of a calmer song, and also very fitting. I think the message that the song is sending is that distance makes the heart grow fonder.
Absolutely, and that's something that we're all experiencing right now. I think we can feel every moment of every day our heart growing fonder for just the outreach of other people. Okay, let's hear and see the song.
Hey, love, time to get up. I think you've been sleeping too long. My day started when you were still yawning. One room just ain't enough when it's two folks trying to get along. But it's hard to leave you alone. Ooh, love is always better when we take time to get back to who we are. When we are apart, distance makes the heart grow. Even when I'm lonely, happy knowing that your love is never far. When we are apart, distance makes the leaves on the trees fall. It makes the hours in the day long. It makes me want to clear my head, find a little gap there and write the words to a song. And I know that I'm still free, be anywhere that I want to be. Maybe get dressed up, wear something real pretty that you ain't never seen. Ooh, love is always better when it takes time to get back to who we are. When we are apart, distance makes the heart. Even when I'm lonely, happy knowing that your love is never far. When we are apart, distance makes the... When you love, it makes it hard. When you trust, it makes it hard. When you're cold, it makes it hard. We're alone and we're apart. In the middle of a fight, walk away to make it right. Where we go, we're never far. In the light or in the dark, on a plane or in the stars, in a movie or at the bar, home alone or out to tea. Look at your heart and think of me. I wanna love you, don't wanna try to change the pace of your life. We get together, we make it good. We get together, ooh. Hey, love, time to get up. I think you've been sleeping too long. My day started when you were still yawning.
Yes! Yes! Oh my gosh. Beautiful.
Thank you.
That's... And all the hearts were going up and thumbs up.
Great. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, definitely an active connection. I find it really interesting. I find it really interesting. I haven't really known you for that many years. Like, I don't think we've known each other for 10 years. Maybe I met you 6-7 years ago. But in all that time, you know, it took this to see that. It's just, I don't know. I don't know how to process it all. I don't know. Things are happening so fast.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I think in the past year, you and I have formed a stronger relationship doing some of this fun production stuff together. But we met in Chicago on a shoot that you hired me for.
Yeah,
with Jill.
Right. That's right.
Yeah. So you did know me before I moved to New York.
That's
so
right.
It has been about 5. You're right. That's crazy. I never thought about that.
Yeah. Dell. That was the Dell shoot.
Yeah. So
oh my God. If I had known that then, I would have said, could you just, let's hear something.
Well, it's taken me a long time to redefine myself as an artist. So I think I've been singing a lot more in the past like year and a half than I had in the past like 5 years. So that's part of it too.
All right. Well,
personal growth.
You are defined. You are defined. This was amazing. Thanks you very much.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Sydney. We'll talk.
Okay.
Ciao.
Bye.
Amazing. It's amazing how talented everybody is. All right. Speaking of talent, this is talent coming at you right now. All right, Brittany Brave. She, you know what? I'm gonna let her tell the story. All right. You just wait. And there you are. You know what? Hold on one second, Brittany Brave. I'm going to do some crazy things with this camera thing. There you are. Okay, that's all you. And then if I put myself over here, there. Now see what I can do. Hold on. I can shrink me, shrink. Okay, great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Brittany Brave. So, hello.
Hello. How are you?
I am. Well, we had a bit of a technical snafu earlier, but now everything's been ironed out and it's all awesome.
It's very awesome. You are, dare I say it, a Skype wizard a little bit. You are. I think you're bending the time-space continuum with the things that you're doing here. So kudos to you, sir, for sure.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And speaking of the time-space continuum, you're not in New York right now, right? You're someplace else.
Yes, I am. I am home in Miami, Florida. Yeah, I escaped New York City. Things are just a little bit more chill here down in Miami. I just think everyone's operates at a new level of dehydration. So they care a lot less about everything. Like I landed in Miami and people were still riding bikes naked. And I was, didn't you hear that there was a pandemic? And they were like, what? Pitbull. And, so it's nice. It's nice. We have to be cautious down here, but we can relax a little more. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So as long as everyone's, heeding the old hunker down, like you guys are hunkering down, but it's still sunny, right?
Yes, no, absolutely. The vitamin D and getting to my business casual is now a bikini every day, so I can't complain too much about that. And how I guess that's something very vain and embarrassing about me, that when I'm tan, I'm just happier. Put that on my tombstone when I die. So.
So when you were here in New York, you were on a Jag.
Yeah. Yes, I was. Yeah, I was when I was in New York. I was really doing it. I was getting to the point. The reason why I left New York is because the quarantine was driving me crazy. I started finding that I was like finishing jokes in my dreams and things, and just like really spiraling. It's funny though, like you compare, like I just feel like New York City, to have the city be affected by this is so funny to me, because we're the city that's like, we never sleep. We have everything here. Come here all the time. And I'm like, all of that sounds gravely irresponsible right about now.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound good for the immune system. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of slogans are being changed right now.
Yeah. New York's going to need to rebrand. It's going to need to be like the city that never doesn't wash its hands. That's right. That's just... Like, I just hope that at the end of all of this, we can come out and laugh at the fact that we were put in adult timeout, all of us, for not washing our hands enough and someone eating a bat, But it's okay. It's a great time to be alive.
So not only were you rocking and rolling in the comedy scene, but you mentioned something about the whole dating thing.
Well, yeah, yeah, I was. I actually, before the governor did an entire citywide lockdown, I squeezed one last date in before that 6-foot rule was in put into place. Because the way I thought about it is I was like, I'm almost 30, so my eggs are going to expire before my immune system does. So I might as well just get out there and just give it what I can. And I'm not, I could try the whole phone sex thing, but I hate talking on the phone. It's just not my medium, but I just didn't want to lose momentum as a comedian and both as a single woman. So I'm doing I'm doing what I need to do. And I do, I did actually, for the sake of this show and, just humanity, I did put together, just some like musings and some tips on how you can still date as a single woman when in a social distanced, lockdown, quarantined pandemic, if you don't mind me sharing.
No, please. Sure. You know what? So this is why, let me just get myself, let me just tuck myself away. And there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Brittany Brave.
Yeah, so it's, and I have to say that this was prompted by the fact that, I am on multiple dating apps. I'm on Hinge, I'm on Bumble, I'm on Yelp, I'm just, I'm everywhere that you can connect with people because I'm just waiting for my cute New York moment. And this was prompted because on Hinge, they limited the amount of men that I can like in a day. And I was like, I'm almost 30 and the world is ending and I have nothing to do at home. That's very rude. So I just, I as a single woman, I feel like all my failed relationships, all I can do is add altruism to them and just pass along some advice. So, number one, I don't want people to rule out the concept of a FaceTime date. I've actually been on a couple of them. Yeah. I will tell you this, they are as awkward as you would think they are. Yeah. But the good thing is on an actual date, if you needed to leave, you'd have to fake a complete grave emergency, right? You'd have to pretend to die or pass out. Or get that call from your roommate that you're like, oh, I've gotta go. She's got a thing. The best thing about FaceTime dates is that if they're not going well, you just close your laptop and then you just blame a bad internet connection, which I did multiple times. So, you just get to show him the angles that work best. For me, it's right here. I don't want them to go too lower or too higher. It gets disappointing when they go too lower. So I just keep it. I think my face is my moneymaker, not my breath. So, I know it's a very curated way of dating. And I just say, don't rule it out. Have a Skype date or two. Okay. Right. You agree. Okay. Number two. So my favorite movie, have you seen the movie He's Just Not That Into You?
Oh, I know of it. It's in my queue.
Okay, good. Yeah, it's a good quarantine movie because no one's going to judge you for the content that you consume right now. They're just going to be like, well, you were bored. You watched whatever you watched. I love it. It's like a guilty pleasure movie, right? It's all these signs that a man's not into you. And I really think that like women should take this time to watch that movie because, listen, we are in a quarantine and we have unlimited amount of time on our hands. People are working from home, but they're bored. They have nothing to do. And I still have friends that are like, he hasn't talked to me in 4 days, but it's okay. He's probably just busy. And we have to do better. Like, so I just urge all women to watch that movie and stop making excuses. Okay. That all-star cast would want you to do better, moving forward. It is an interesting time though to be on the dating apps, right? Because a lot of women feel like as if men rush into sexual encounters with them, and now they can't. Now they can't. Like if you're going to connect with somebody like that, they have to be worth the risk of catching a full-blown pandemic, right? Like you can't just be having pandemic sex without really thinking if he's boyfriend potential.
Absolutely.
So it's fun because now it forces men that they can't have that physical contact with you. You literally strip them of one of their heads and you force them to become really, really good pen pals, really good pen pals. So I just hope that men, you come out of this reflective time by yourself, better communicators knowing what you want, right? That's my third piece of advice. I'd also like to heed against any women. You've seen a lot of social media challenges happening online. Have you seen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Push-up challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Push-up challenge. I've seen a lot of thirst traps, as the kids call them. I just want to let women know, don't do that stuff for free. I know where it's desperate times, desperate measures, but go on Seeking Arrangements, and there's someone's dad has hard-earned divorce money that will pay to see you do 10 push-ups. That's not something you should just offer for free on your Instagram. Just, I'm not judging, but looking out for my fellow women, But last but not least, this is my last piece of advice. you can't date face to face right now. But what you can do with all this free time is work on a bunch of skills, a myriad of skills that make you more dateable, right? Like make you more domesticated, right? And I've listed a few. So you could work on patience. You could work on cooking. You could work on household chores and light repairs and fixes. You can work on flirting and sexting. You can learn how to sit in new ways. You can learn how to nap and look prettier while you sleep, sleep beauty. All these things. You play the ukulele. A man loves a woman who can play a good ukulele. So it's just use this time wisely, like to really come back when the world stops ending and just really be your best dateable self.
Oh my God, that is awesome! Thank you, Brittany Brave. That's
mind blowing.
Yeah.
You're like this. I see why she's single. Okay, no I'm kidding.
Besides this, I was trying to think of what the most informative nugget of information had come my way in the recent days, and it was this idea here, and I'm gonna pop this up because you're a New Yorker too. This is from nyc.gov. I'm popping up the stay-at-home purple thing with the little man and the dog and the family and the computer screen. That was the most important thing I had heard until you.
Thank you. I know. I'm an American hero, Scott. I know. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. I'm doing what I can. Yeah. Thank you.
Today, American hero. Tomorrow, global.
That's what I'm saying. I put makeup on and deodorant on for all of these virtual comedy shows. The fact that I'm still single is upsetting, but you know what? We're building a legacy. It's okay.
It's a legacy. Oh my gosh, Brittany Brave. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Be safe, be healthy.
Yeah, you too. And don't get sunburned. Make sure you're using sunscreen. We still got to remember all the
Yeah, we moved from coronavirus to melanoma as my number one concern. We're going to be careful. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Britt. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Be
Bye.
safe. Bye-bye. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, the energy and the firepower of Brittany Brave. Well, that was amazing. And I just wanted to say a last word because, yes, Brittany Brave. As I was scrambling around today, in between listening to the news, watching the stock market, getting the show ready, reaching out to more people for more guests, for more shows, that word kept cycling in my mind and in my heart. Brave. Bravery. And absolutely right now is the time to begin to think about being brave and what it means for each of us to be brave. Be brave and then be strong. Be brave. Do not be wrong if you are right. Keep your chin up tight and be brave. Fred Rogers. All right. Hunker, hug, haven. We'll see you tomorrow.